So yeah, I'm back. I'm on part 9. Okay, I had left off at Rose. Uh, me telling her it was Skeeter, and she went by her mama, and we got cut a check. And I was saying how she liked to give me a try to give me a false memory. The whole time, like, she really just be saying shit. I know what the truth is because it happened to me. I don't know how the fuck you finna, like, make up a false story and then the person that the real shit happened to in real life, you gonna, like, try to plant a false memory in the goddamn person's head. I don't know. I guess you is a witch, and I guess you think your powers is that powerful. Like, bitch, no. No. Like, I really fucked you up, making you think that you had some type of power. I mean, I guess you did, because you did do some real witchy ass shit. Like how you got your mans and, you actually rolled your whole life out off of magic and shit. So, I mean, you magical bitch. You's a magical little bitch. But you're dark. You's a dark witch bitch. So, but none of that shit could affect me. I'm not a witch. I'm an angel. So, I'm not a regular human being, bitch. So, none of, what you know how to do, your powers and gifts and shit could work over here. It didn't. It didn't never ever work. But I did a real good job at making you bitches think that, it did. Excuse me. But that was part of my job. That's why they sent me. Because, I'm good at it. I got you, bitch. Anyway. At this point, all Anthony did was scratch me. He was instructed by an adult who was bullying him and was over him to scratch me for their deeds, for what they was trying to accomplish with their rituals and shit. So he overdid the job. He made sure it was exactly what they wanted, because I was fucked up. But I left off on part 8 saying that she made sure I was there the next week. Yeah. It happened every Friday at nightfall. Yeah. From a Shabbat. Yeah, that's why I left off it. About my sacred day. So every Friday, I was at her mama's house. Consistently, on a regular basis. The only time I didn't get SA was like if we had to go out of town, or when my dad Irvin side of the family come to Mississippi from New Orleans. It was too many people around. She ain't try shit then, because I think she know for a fact that people would have nutted up on her bitch ass and for a clean over. I don't feel as though to believe that my butler side of my family would have been with any of that shit happening to me. I got an uncle that wasn't no motherfucking joke. None of my people from the butler side would have ever been with any of that type of shit happening to a child. And my Willis side, they wouldn't have been with that shit. But the Johnson people, on the other hand, knew exactly what was going on. They would not stand up for me. They would not, make sure I was safe. They would not tell her a motherfucking thing about what she was doing. They was with it. They was with it. Excuse me, y'all. There was some neighbors being super loud, so I had to pause till they got the fuck on. But what I was saying, My brother side of my family was not ever gonna ever be with no shit like that happening to me. And I know this. My Willie side of my family for sure wouldn't have been with this shit. I mean, they knew she was on some freaky dicky shit and she was a freak bitch. I think they know that she, you know, liked the practitioners and shit like that. But they didn't know what they was doing to me, particularly. I know for a fact. But that would be the only reason I get a break. Is when family would come around. When we either went to New Orleans, like we did a million fucking times while we was in Mississippi, or my people came from New Orleans to Mississippi like they did a million times. So I love the fact when they did roll in, I know I won't be fucked that day or that weekend or whatever. They would never do it Saturday or Sunday, because y'all know she was in the club Saturday and Sunday. She was in the club from Friday until Sunday. She was. But it was only for my Shabbat that they wanted me to be essayed, tortured and tormented. It had to be just my Shabbat. If y'all could just remember, I was completely free to do what the fuck I wanted to do, no matter how young I was. And Rose never came to look for me, find me, or call for me, except Fridays. Y'all didn't find that weird? Y'all didn't find that weird? The lady come outside and call my name one goddamn day out of 7. Y'all didn't think that was weird? I was right back free to be outside and loose and with no kind of supervision over me. Right back Saturday. Clue. You know. Well, I speak on it, you know, a little later and shit when it really applied. But at this moment in time, I wasn't free in the outside because I was too fucking young. At this time, I'm like 3. We moved from 138 to Escataba to the house. And we was only in the house 1 year. And we was right back in the village in 143. But I'm finna get into case number 2 because I got offended while we was living in 138 by a completely different family member. I want to speak on it a lot. But this little session is ending. I don't have enough time for me to break down the case number 2. So for this is part number 9. For part number 10, I'm gonna go on and get through case number 2. But yeah, she brought me the next following week. You know, I was it was really bad. But she brought me back to her brother the next week. And something else I add for this, she would bring me, you know, Friday nightfall, but my uncle wouldn't come in from the streets until like 2 in the morning. So she brought me to her mother, which I was in the bed with her mother and Mr. Tripp until my uncle came and got me from his mom out the bed. She could see then. And that's another thing. God took her eyes because she had this motherfucking habit of turning her face knowing that men in her family or her husbands, or her baby daddies and shit like that was fucking children. She would know. She would see the shit and turn her fucking head. Like she knew it was going on and didn't give a fuck. So the way my creator is, he took them eyes. Yes, he did. He took them. You ain't use them. You ain't use them right. So he took them. He took them. Took eyes. She was